you too, Junior.
I'm Donkey Kong Jr., and that's my papa. I'm trying to save him, and boy, do I need your help.
Nintendo's Donkey Kong Jr., the arcade game, is now the Super Home video game.
Save your papa, huh? Save yourself first!
He's chasing me with snapping jaws, and I could fall.
Help Donkey Kong Jr. save his papa on your ColecoVision, Atari 2600 VCS, or Intellivision video game system.
Game players everywhere, please help me save my papa.
Issues plus 6 free strategy guides on a hot new game. That's twice the power for still $15. Wow, call now.
What the fuck was that, dude?
I'm sure the summit of your
Are you kidding me?
in life is a cheerleader.
I just stole this car. Oh, and then he's gonna pull me out of my car, dude. You have the audacity to do that? Get the fuck out of here, dude.
I want deep honor.
Panda Elvis says, will you let Dan move in with you for a few weeks?
Moving with Dole? As if he'd want that.
Oh, sorry. That's just such a stupid question.
Oh, what a perfect one to get for that. That's hilarious. Of all the answers you could have got, you got that one. Here you go, look at all those emotes. Hell yeah, guys. And happy birthday to Stella while we're at it. How about that? There you go. Yeah, Stella's got the hype too. I think you mean like the Baby Shark, Mama Shark, Daddy Shark song is what you're saying? Or Mama Shark? Oh yeah, there you go, yeah. I thought that's what you were referencing. Baby Shark doo 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 doo, Baby Shark doo 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 doo. I get you. Yeah, there you go. Hold E to open my jaw. Let me tell you a joke. It's so awkward. The controls are so bad. Look out! Whoa! What? How did that happen, dude? Holy shit! Now I'm got an awesome power in here for a second. What the fuck was that?
Help! Nick!
Mystic Maya! What the fuck? Did somebody kidnap Maya? That butler dude? Maya?
So, Mr. Wright, wouldn't you see that the more important issue is the fate of the girl?
Her fate? Does he mean what I think he means? Maya! Where are you? Are you hurt? This looks a lot like Twist Song. No, look, it's Puss in Boots! He's got little boots on! This is the second Puss in Boots reference, because there was actually a Puss in Boots reference before in this game already. But this is actually a little cat that's in boots and a hat. That's so awesome. I am Puss in Boots. No. What the fuck? Rapunzel? She hung herself with her own hair. Now that is morbid. Oh, and now she's a wraith, of course.
I believe I've every right to condemn her, but I support your lust for the truth.
My lust for the truth.
Some philosophers think empirical examination the sole path
Truth
to
gets me so rock hard, brother.
I believe you mentioned the Dutch.
No, I need you for a purpose far simpler.
Oh.
Well, don't just stand there and stare. I need a man, Geralt, and I'm not afraid to say it.
Oh.
What awaits me once we leave.
She needs a man.
Treat it as my last wish.
Let her have her way with you. Some other time, maybe. Do you guys? Should we let her have her way with us? What do you guys think? Huh? Wink, 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 wink. No, you should have kept the cloak on. That was better for the terms of service. Get them sensors. Oh, Spider-Man style. Ooh, gotta love it. Oh. All right, maybe not Spider-Man style. It's a little too much tongue there. Oh, okay. Back to this. Oh, oh. What are you doing? I don't think that goes there, Geralt. Oh. Oh. Gonna make me blush. Oh, jeez. Yeah, there you go, Papa. Oh. Oh, man. Well, they're done, but they're still naked, so. As you can see with all the skin flesh tones next to my face. And she's touching Geralt's face. How nice. Intimate. And they're just on clouds. How lovely. That should be like a desktop wallpaper. I'm here. I love you, Adelaide.
Miles, this is a surprise.
Oh, dearest, I've been an idiot. May I come in? I've decided to forgive you. Oh my god, I've decided to forgive you. How fucking horrible would that be to say here? No, oh boy, right? Oh, that's funny. I've decided to forgive you. Oh shit. Looks like the guy that's in the driver's seat's taking this fucking car. Let's get out of here, B. Oh, damn it. My controller died. Or just off to the side here. My little landing strip. Oh, what? Go inside the Four Dragons Casino to see was he okay? You're gonna make me crash if you... In fact, it did make me crash. But it wasn't a fatal crash, but I don't... Oh, there we go. Yeah, just bust that. Okay, we're good. Oh shit! No shit! Oh fuck! No! Don't ruin the CJ! Oh god, that was close, dude.
You want me? Come get.
Oh shit! What was that? I was like falling for a second all of a sudden. Oh shit, dude! What is even happening right now, dude? Oh my gosh, that saved me. I'm not even mad about that, dude. Look out! Look out! Look out! Jackie, what are you doing, bro? Fucking James Bondy moves up in here, man. I'm offering my condolences. How are you doing?
How are you doing?
What?
How you think? My son is dead.
Did you see that just now?
I am hanging in there.
Just launched that fucking trash can lid. Fucking bobbing and weaving. Juke, 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 juke. Oh, look, we got another runner. Oh, you think you can beat me? Ah, hell nah. You call that a run? I'm walking and keeping up with you, dude. Are you kidding me? Come on, push it, move it, move it. I'm not even holding shift right now. Okay, yeah, you're just gonna run away? Yeah, be scared. Oh shit, I ran past what I needed to go to. But last time. Oh god, what the fuck? I just picked up my fucking car. It was a fucking Delamain.
Something feels off here.
You don't say.
Don't mean the wreck.
I like these tiebacks. It's like a slightly lower high back. How funny, my controller died right as I go to pick it up. How funny is that? Come on, the controller's there now. How can I get out of here? Think I can ramp up this stairs onto the street, maybe? Yeah, baby! Oh! Wow, how bizarre. There we go, man. That was awesome. Got my katana! I'm just some fucking cyber weeb! Coming for you in my Naruto run! Oh god, that was a bad idea. That was a fucking bad idea, dude. I was trying to Naruto run at him with a fucking katana.
Step up to this kind of power, this kind of challenge, this kind of flying, crashing feeling. When you decide to get serious, there's only one place to come. kids. Because no one else creates these kinds of games.
All right, it's time to get started. You know, I think I need to zoom out on my camera a little bit. It's cropping me more lately. Hold on. It's funny. I'm like, it's time to get started, and I immediately do other stuff. And we got a little bit of extra light there. Hey, Alexa, set basement to 10%.
Okay.
Got it. There we go. It's still there a little bit. Hey, Alexa, turn off basement lights.
Okay.
Okay, that seems to be better. Thank you. All right, let's do the recap. So, as we have Domception here, let's see. So, I had this funny idea. I don't know if I'll ever be able to do it, but it'd be funny if every time I did a recap, I like used my last recap, where it's like, well, let's go to the last Dom, and then last Dom describes the first one, and then I describe the next one, and then we move on, and so then I can just like, we can watch all of them in a row, and I can just get these nice like smaller recaps of just what happened last time. I'll have to think about it. I don't know if I'll be able to do it. Sounds like a lot of brain power. Anyways, we're gonna start from the beginning though, broad strokes. So, there was a concert, and the concert was headlined by Gavin, who is the prosecutor, Clavier Gavin, and his band called the Gaviners. So they had this guest star that came on and did a performance with them, and during the performance, a lot of strange things happened. Things like Gavin's guitar caught on fire, and there was a really interesting, like, how do I want to say it? A magic trick that happened where his guest flew across the stage, like, well, disappeared and then reappeared. And also during the concert, someone died. So someone was shot and murdered in the dressing room. It was actually the manager of the guest star person as well. So let's get some names out there really quick. So the person, so we have Gavin, he's the head guy of the Gaviners and also the prosecutor. We have Lamia Roar, who is the guest star that he brought, and she's the singer. She's from another country. We found out that she is blind. And then we have her assistant, who plays the piano for her, is Machi Tobaye. He's a very small boy who is supposed to be blind, but he can actually see. But he has a really hard time speaking English, but we found out that he does understand it, but he can't speak it very well. And then we have the victim, the person who was shot, which was the manager of those two. And his name is Romain Latouche. And Mr. Latouche was shot, and we found out after his death that he was actually an agent for Interpol. And through some digging, we found that what he was doing, or what he most likely was investigating, was the smuggling of a cure from the country that that guest singer Lamia Roar came from, Virginia. So there is this, just to get a little bit more into that cure, this is a cocoon that we're talking about. So there's cocoons that come just from this country, and they're not allowed out of the country, but they're the only known cure for this disease called incuritis, obviously. Because it's a nice training game. So anyway, so we have this cure that's possibly being smuggled. So this guy was probably looking into it, but then he died. While being the manager of Lamia Roar, which we don't really understand how that works. That's something that's still a mystery, like how that connects. Why was Interpol having an agent like be a manager of this singer or whatever? That's not been answered yet. So let's see. Throughout the cross-examination, one of some important things that we found out was that Lamia Roar, although she is blind, she did witness the crime, and in that she heard it, or she heard something, and it definitely has something to do with the murder. So she was in the middle of transitioning between being next to Gavin on the main stage to like disappearing and going to the next, right? So it's all a magic trick. So she was actually down in a vent, we found out. And in this vent, she came up to above the crime scene, which was her dressing room. And she heard through the vent people talking. And she heard the gunshots. what she heard was a specific person's voice. She's very confident in that she's recognized a specific voice because, you know, she's blind, so she has very good hearing or whatever. So she thinks that it's actually one of the lead guitarists of the band, of Gavin's band. And I haven't mentioned him until now, but his name is Darian Crescend. And Darian is a police officer, actually, and he's one of the ones that actually figured out that Latus was a part of Interpol. But anyways, he's been, ever since she accused him, she's saying that she heard his voice, he has been sort of like a prime suspect, at least for us as the defense, because we are actually defending the person who's been accused, which is Machi Tobaye. So Machi was found to have been in the vents after the crime scene, and he was actually found later with the body after the body was somehow moved after it was like discovered. And so he was the prime suspect. So we have been defending Machi the entire time. Let's see, that's about where we're at. So one other interesting thing I didn't mention was that there is a song that the Gaviners sang with their guest, Lamy Roar, and the lyrics are eerily close to the events that happened that night. So they say a lot of, the lyrics are weird, but they're very like weirdly specific in that they like foretell the future in a way. Although we found out that it's actually not in the same order, because it turns out that the murder happened during that song rather than after, because at first we thought it happened after Lamy Roar's performance, but actually happened during it. So that's how she witnessed it. So let's see, let's click through it. I think I'm pretty much covered everything. Yeah, I covered all of this. This was us figuring out that Machi could speak English. Okay, this is her talking about how she was in the vent. I think what we ended on was we were going to bring... Yeah, it was that Gavin wanted to bring Darian to the stand, because we want to cross-examine Darian. So I think that's where we left off, was the prosecution was calling Darian to the stand, because after we found out that Lamy Roar was in the vent, because Gavin was very sure that she couldn't have heard it, because we thought she kept saying the word window, and we thought she meant this tiny window that was soundproofed and closed. And so there's no way she could have heard anything through it. But since she's foreign, she's from Virginia, she was trying to say like an opening, and it was vent. It was the vent she was trying to talk about, but we kept thinking because she kept using the word window, that it was his other window. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So it turned out that she was in the vent, and so she could have heard it because there's, you know, slots in the vent and everything. So yeah, pretty interesting stuff. So now Gavin's basically on board with, well, maybe it is Darian, you know, because it's his bandmate. So I can see why he wouldn't want to believe that, you know. So anyways, I think we're ready to go then. All right, let's get the game pulled up, get it framed up. Pause the music, and away we go. All right, July 10th, 1:40 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2.
Apollo, I can't believe it! It really happened during the second act? And right in the middle of Lamy Roar's performance?
Why she was in that air vent, and that switch, and the flaming guitar. Oh yeah, I didn't mention that. Okay, sorry. One thing I didn't mention was we also connected that there was this remote button that we found at the piano that would, when clicked, turn on these little circuit boards that we also found that had lighters on them. It would light things on fire, and that's how Gavin's guitar caught on fire, because it had one of those in it. So we also know that, and it could have been triggered from either the dressing rooms or on the stage, because of the way the building is situated as well. And that switch and the flaming guitar, when you link it all together, that's what you end up with. I knew you had what it took. Who's this? Oh, it's Phoenix. Hell yeah, it's Phoenix.
Ah, Daddy!
We haven't seen Phoenix in a long time.
Mr. Wright! You believed in me? Not really. Huh? I just thought that'd make a cooler entrance than say, hiya. Why do I even bother hoping? Where have you been lately, Daddy? You haven't been coming to the office at all. Ah, sorry about that, Trucy. I'm on a secret mission. Secret? You mean like you're undercover? Like Mr. Latouche, only shorter and not as well dressed. Oh no, what if you're shot too, Daddy? Would I do a thing like that to you? Anyway, I'm off for a while again. Plus, I got plot armor, honey. Don't worry about that. We've already tested it out a few times. Huh? You're leaving? Oh, one thing before I go. It'd be cool if he was going to see Maya or something. What? Good luck. Right. Is that all you came to say? I think you have things pretty much under control. You'll get Machito Bae off the hook, no doubt. Yeah, but you're after that detective, aren't you? Darian Cassend. It won't be easy proving he did it. Especially not under the current court system. The current court system? What did Prosecutor Gavin say during the trial? Your case is based on one fragile assumption. Wait, you were there, Phoenix? Namely, that our Diva Divine is telling the truth. But what about all the proof? The brooch and the switch? A piece of jewelry and a lyrical blender. There are plenty of other ways to explain these things. The flaming guitar, too. All because you lack definitive proof of their connection to the case. But if the sultry songstress is lying, your case melts like a butter in a frying pan, leaving behind the faintly singed scent of failure. So what do I do? Like I said, good luck. And be aware that it will be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods. Ugh. Oh, that reminds me. I have nothing to give you from our detective, or I have something to give you from our detective friend. Detective Sky. Emma? Let's see. This bag of snacks here was meant for me. Ah, here it is. What are those, Daddy? They don't look like very good snacking material. They were found at the crime scene. Analysis of the fragments revealed traces of gunpowder. Gunpowder? Oh, the things that made the sounds at one point. Probably a firecracker or something similar. Like the ones kids are into these days. These fragments were found under the sofa at the scene of the crime, actually. Under the sofa? Which is where we found the other... lighter igniter, because we found two. That was the first one we found, and we could never figure out what that was. We just got distracted by the fact that we found one in the guitar, too. Cool, let's come back around. Thank you, Daddy. Hey, Apollo! That's where we found that little device thingy. Exactly. Right, this. Oh shit, I didn't make sure that was ready. Damn you, main character, always thinking all the time. You want to turn on. Well, finally, some evidence that makes sense. Burnt fragments added to the court record. Received from Phoenix Wright. That's all for me, I suppose. See you after the verdict, maybe. Right. Every man has an igniter inside him. Wait, excuse me? Find Darian Crescent's igniter and set it off. Okay, that was definitely a particular word that he said there because we have these igniters, right? And he walked out the door just like a magician, normally. What does he want us to do? No conventional methods? What does that mean? I guess we just have to take his advice and hope it makes sense when the time comes. I guess. Hello, Tony. Welcome in. How are you? We're almost at the finish line. Hang in there, Trucy. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for coming in to hang out with me as I do my silly voices. July 10th, 1:55 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3.
Court is now back in session. Prosecutor Gavin, where's Detective Crescend?
In the witness lounge, ready to be called at any time.
Very well.
Might I add, I don't believe any of this. Darian was the first detective I ever worked with. We stopped working together when we moved to Criminal Affairs, or when he moved to Criminal Affairs, Division 3. But his guitar playing, it fires my imagination. That's nice, but it has nothing to do with the matter at hand. Correct? Oh, I know. Forehead.
Very well. Call the final witness to the stand. Detective Darian Crescend.
Here it goes, the final boss. Name and occupation, please.
Darian Crescend, Detective, Criminal Affairs, Division 3. That's the International Affairs Division, for those of you who didn't know. And I'm a guitarist for the Gaviners. Maybe you've heard of us. Do you fully understand the circumstances under which you stand before us today?
Yeah, I understand, Your Honor.
What I don't understand is how you let this happen, partner.
He's just snapping his fingers. I'm not going to answer that.
You gave me your word I wouldn't be standing here.
The situation's changed, Darian. And don't call me partner.
So much for old friends.
I see what you're doing, Darian. You're pressing the prosecution. Your Honor, if we could begin the trial?
Yes, it's high time we did. Let's hear your testimony. You may begin with your response to Lamiror's testimony. If, in fact, you have anything to say about it.
Oh, I got plenty to say.
Lying must be a national pastime in Virginia. And wherever you're from, and wherever you're from, Mr. Justice.
Conventional methods are out the window, huh? Here goes nothing.
Darian's rebuttal. The diva's lying, plain and simple. She's got nothing to back up her story. In the first place, she has never heard my voice. She forgot the words because she heard gunshots? As if. Didn't Detective Emma Skye hear those gunshots during the third set anyway?
Yeah, that's where we're gonna use those firecrackers. That's how we're gonna explain that stuff, right?
The shooting took place when I was on stage, man.
But what about these firecrackers, dog? The body was probably laying there for so long, and then we heard the firecrackers go off, and that's when we went in, right? That's probably what happened. That's Ace Attorney for you.
So you claim Lamiror's testimony was a lie? Hey, don't get me wrong. I dig what she's doing, trying to protect that kid. And she's got the court eating vague statements out of her hand just because she's blind. You go too far, Darian. Look, all I'm saying is, you've got a reliable witness. Why not listen to the detective? Detective Skye. I see. Mr. Justice, you may begin your cross-examination.
He didn't waste any time finding our weak spot.
Hey, what's up, Never? Welcome in, man. Glad to see you, bud.
I can't do this with Lamiror's testimony alone. I'll have to find some other way to prove when the shooting took place.
Yeah, I don't know how we're going to prove when it did take place. I think all we can prove is that at least off the top of my head, is that the sound wasn't necessarily a gunshot that Emma heard. I think that's what we're going to have to address first. It's the first step to defeating this boss. The diva's lying. Plain and simple. She's got nothing to back up her story. Hold it! Hold it! You don't have any proof she was lying. Oh yeah, kid? You saying I lied? No, I'm just saying,
Apollo, glare back at him.
I couldn't help it. I flinched by reflex. Detective Crescend. Yeah? What do you want? No, nothing.
Apollo, chin up, back straight. You're wilting.
This guy's hard as nails. He makes Walkie look downright cooperative. Look, there's no way the diva remembers my voice. In the first place, she never even heard my voice. Hold it! You never talked to her? Even though you were playing in the same concert? Not a word, as far as I can recall. But weren't you planning sessions or something? Gavin took care of all that himself. Darian wasn't involved in any of the meetings with her. As if you can just go around remembering everyone's voice like that anyway. Only an idiot would believe that. Lamior's hearing is very sensitive. She can remember him if she heard him. I'm sure of it. I just can't prove it. And I need proof. She forgot the words because she heard gunshots? As if. Hold it! We know she missed the words. The mixing board proved it. No, yeah, there was a mistake. But blaming it on gunshots is just a lame excuse. What do you mean? The mixing board proves what? It proves there was a mistake in a song. A misclue. So, she just flubbed it up, big time, that's all. She spins this story about a gunshot to protect the kid and cover for her own goof. Man, I'd have to hand it to her if she wasn't sticking it to me at the same time. Darian, watch what you say. Lamior is an artist. She just flubbed it up? That's no small accusation for a performer of her caliber. Heh. She got you all right. I could see it in your eyes. I tell you, most of her stuff is so pretentious, it's way over my head. I'm detecting a rift in the Gaviner's ranks. Anyway, she's too close to the defendant. Her testimony can't be trusted. You ask me, I'd go with Detective Sky's story at the drop of a pick. Didn't Detective Emma Sky hear those gunshots during the third set anyway? Hold it! Actually, I was there too. So I hear. Which means you heard them too, right? The gunshots. Yes. We heard gunshots. Neither I nor Emma actually saw the shooting, mind you. I guess you and Lamior got the same excuse then. We know one thing for certain here. There were gunshot-like sounds that emanated from that room during the third set. What we must determine is whether those sounds were actually gunshots. Thank you, Gavin. I feel like he's just totally on our side right now. That was very helpful of him.
Machi heard them too. Remember he said he ran for the air duct when he heard them?
So, how do we figure out just what those gunshots during the third set were?
I mean, I think Phoenix handed it to his dog.
The shooting took place when I was on stage, man. Hold it. Hold it.
That could have been what the shooter wanted us to think. Hey, what's up, Buddha? Welcome in, man.
I'll tell you what the shooter, that kid, wants you to think. He wants you to think that Diva heard me in that room. I'm back to relying on Lamior's testimony.
As much as I'm enjoying the Darian and Forehead show, there is no need for such tempers. Wow, wait, what's up? Don't make us into some comedy duo.
This mean the Gavin and Darian show's canceled?
Neither of your claims can be proven or disproved. That hair is fat, like, oh yeah, it's pompadour, yeah, dude. He's got like a shark motif kind of thing going, or he's got like torpedo hair. I don't know, dude. He's interesting. His name is Darian Crescend as well.
We could argue for days like this and get nowhere. Prosecutor Gavin is quite right. This court will hear no further discussion on this topic without new facts. That's a big old dick. New facts, huh?
He's pretty eager to paint Lemire as a liar, isn't he?
Yeah, because her testimony is basically our entire case.
This is tough. So what do we do?
I've got a few ideas. Just need to find another way to prove it didn't happen when he says it did. Alright, so now I gotta push it on. I'm assuming the one where he says he was on stage, or yeah, the Emma Sky one. I think it's the one I present it on. Let's save. Little gum save. Okay, then present. Oh, here, let me show you what I'm doing in here. I'm assuming the burn fragments, and we're jumping straight to this clue. I wonder if it's too soon. It's gonna be some weird picture of the banana thing. Let's try it though. Objection! Objection! Some things were found at the crime scene after yesterday's trial. What things? I see the shark now. Yeah, if you look past the hair, you start to understand the shark part. The first thing was this small device. That's the remote-triggered igniter. Correct. And one more thing. What are those? The remains of something burnt. Not another guitar, I hope. Traces of gunpowder were found on these fragments. We have a report that it was something like a firecracker. How did Gavin know about this? What, you think Detective Sky works for you? I received the report this morning, before coming here. That's when I made my decision, actually. What decision is this, Prosecutor Gavin? Please enlighten the court. I registered Darian as a witness in today's trial. Just in case. This raises another possibility. Those gunshot-like sounds during the third set could have been two firecrackers rigged to go off by remote control. Look at it bounce up and down, dude. What the hell? You got an active imagination, don't you? But you shouldn't say every little thing you think. Your explanation there seems a bit too convenient to me. How so? So you're saying these firecrackers just happened to go off? Right when the two witnesses came walking by?
That's right. Darian was out on the stage when it happened, Apollo. How would he know someone was backstage right then?
If a firecracker goes off in the forest and there's no one there to hear, you get my drift? Why go through the trouble, man? I mean, I feel like we explain it because it was all planned, right? Someone would know because the timing is all very precise here. How do I explain this? He may not look it, but Darian is a gifted detective. Show any weakness, and he's sure to find it. He may not look it, partner. Gee, thanks, man. That reminds me. I happened to pass through that very hallway several times that day myself. And I saw something odd there just before the third set. Something odd? A headset. The kind all of the band and staff members were wearing. That's right! Yeah, I've talked about that thing so many times this entire case. We've not really said anything. We picked this up in front of the door to that dressing room. What if that headset wasn't dropped but placed? And what if it was turned on? You could hear what was going on in that hallway. Even if you were out on stage. Whose side are you on, Gavin? Listen to me, Darian. There are no sides in a court of law. Which is why I now turn to you, Airforehead. I have a question for you. Huh? For me? The igniter and the burnt fragments that were found at the scene of the crime. It's certainly a possibility that they were part of a ruse to fake the sound of gunshots. Throw the headset from the hallway into the mix and you could fabricate an alibi. But we're still no closer to proving anything. Those gunshots might have been real or fake, we can't say. You've raised the possibility that the shots heard during the third set were faked. Now you need to prove the other half of the case. The other half? Look, I'll just tell him. He wants you to prove that the thing went down in the second act, while our little piano player was on stage. That right, Gavin? Indeed. If you can't prove that, then to continue this cross-examination would be pointless. Well, Mr. Justice, can you prove the crime took place during the second set? Yeah, I think.
You'd better know, Apollo. Otherwise, we're through.
It can be proven. You make it sound like someone else is going to come along and do it for you. Let's continue with the cross-examination then, shall we? Witness, your testimony, if you would. This isn't going to be easy. Off to get an early night. Much love. Hey, we'll see you later, man. Thanks for coming in. We'll see you later. Have a good one, man. I need some decisive proof, and fast. You ready, kid? 'Cause I am. The shooting took place during the second set. If you're so sure, let's see your proof. Hold it! But the gunshots heard during the third set could have been... What? Some kind of setup? I've heard that one before.
We need proof, Apollo. We need to prove that the shooting took place during the second set.
Well, if you know how to do that, I'm all ears.
Maybe the gunshots are the key after all.
What do you mean?
Well, Lamia Roar said she heard them, right? Right in the middle of her illusion, when she was up above the ceiling.
When she forgot the words to the song, yeah.
If you can prove the gunshot was right when she missed those lyrics, we're home free, I think.
True. Not easy, but true. Is there some way to prove that?
Let's take a look through our evidence. Maybe there's something in there.
Hey, are you supposed to be cross-examining me? Try to refrain from private discussions during cross-examination, Mr. Justice. Right, Your Honor. Sorry. Just let me take a quick look through the court record.
He's pretty eager to paint Lamia Roar as a liar, isn't he?
Yeah, because her testimony is basically our entire case.
This is tough. So what do we do?
Got a few ideas. I just need to find another way to prove it didn't happen when he says it did. Alright, let's see. Gotta look through the court record. Something that proves that the shooting happened during the set. Something that proves... Is it like the mixer? Was supposed to be played in separate tracks. Was this that song? Yeah, it is. Wasn't it a different song that he messed up on though? Guess we can hear Machi's piano because this is Machi playing. It's her singing. Oh, it's right there. I heard it. It's in her track. Is it this being here? Yeah, right there. Pow, 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 pow. I think we found it. Nice. Okay, now where do I press that? I might be even getting ahead of myself. We'll see here. Failure. Never heard my voice. But the words because she heard gunshots as if. I think this is where I would do it because she heard gunshots. It's like, well, she did. It's on her microphone, dude. All right, so let's see. Oh, let's go ahead and do a little gum save. Mixing board. Objection. Objection. It seems there was clear proof left behind. Right here in La Miroir's song. Her song? What exactly is this, device thingy? A new variety of gramophone, perhaps? Come on, we just used this! And don't get me started on gramophone! This device was used to record the performance part by part. Part? Good evening. Welcome in, Ty. How's it going, man? It's so lovely to have so many people come and hang out tonight. I appreciate you guys being here. How are you, my dude? You move the sliders to adjust the volume. Each instrument is adjustable separately, La Miroir's voice included. Oh ho! But what does this prove? According to La Miroir's testimony, at the moment of the shooting, she forgot the words to the song. Ah, you intend to examine the recording at that moment, yeah? We might even hear those gunshots. Exactly. Ha! Ridiculous. Oh, he's sweating now, dude. Doing good, man. Doing great. Glad to hear you're doing well, man. It's been a pretty good week so far, and we're almost at the end of it, so that's exciting. How are you supposed to hear gunshots back at the dressing room on the stage? Have you forgotten, Darian? We were all wearing these headsets. No. We were all deeply involved in our performance. But La Miroir's headset would have picked up what she heard all the same. Then let's get to analyzing the recording. Right now. La Miroir stopped singing when she heard the shots fired. Find that spot, and I'll find the gunshots. Okay, we already know exactly where it is. It's like, locate the gunshots. Oh, we got it. It's, right here. How does it want me to tell it that I got it? Oh, present. Wait, do I have the... Okay, let's do a save really quick. I'm not sure exactly how it wants me to indicate this. Take that! Take that! Oh, come on. We got this. Take that! Take that! Your Honor, listen closely to this part. This is the track with La Miroir's vocals. Okay, we just listened to the whole track. Okay. I just had to pick out which one was hers, huh? Just one shot, though. I did hear something faintly in there. Why, it sounded like a gunshot. What? This has to be some kind of mistake. Oh, look, his hair's flopping down on his face. That's so funny. I believe a case has been made. Gunshots were heard during the second set. which means Lamiror's testimony was true. Ah.
Order. So, she was telling the truth about what she heard.
It was another man speaking, not Mr. Latouche.
Well, what did he say?
It's over. Press the switch. Now.
Just after that, there was a gunshot, and then the guitar caught on fire. Detective Crescend, you weren't on stage during the second set. You could have done it.
But why did... But why did we only hear one gunshot on the recording? Weren't 2 bullets fired from this weapon?
Lamiror was moving through the air vent, Your Honor. She must not have been close enough for her mic to catch the first shot. But then, as she passed over the dressing room, the gun fired again, and Mr. Latouche's life was taken. Well, Detective Crescend? Once again, I am reminded of something. Our performance that day.
Your performance?
Seeing the mixing board jogged my memory.
Oh yeah, about how shitty Darian's guitar playing was at one point. He was fucking pissed, dude.
You were there too, Air Forehead.
What is it with today? Problem after problem, Octum. My hog won't start my guitar cause case is busted. My guitar's been burnt to a crisp, and to top it all off, someone's dead. And then there was that performance just now. What was that all about? This part is off. Which is that? Second guitar. It was you, Dorian.
I thought it strange that at the time. How could you miss such a simple cue? I know you. I know how you play. You're better than that.
Yeah, well, You what? You had just murdered somebody or something? Spit it out! And Prosecutor Gavin, what are you getting at?
I'm talking about the murder weapon, Mr. Latouche's .45 caliber handgun. As we have learned, even the shooter doesn't go unscarred with a revolver that size. The kickback is enough to dislocate your shoulder if you're an amateur. Wait! You mean his playing was affected because he hurt himself shooting that revolver?
Ha! You're forgetting something. I suck at playing guitar. Yes, Detective Crescend?
I'm a trained police officer, you know. I had firearms training, plenty of it. I'm no amateur. The standard sidearm issued to police officers is a .38 caliber weapon, a much tamer beast. Also, the murder weapon belonged to the victim, Mr. Latouche, which suggests there was a struggle between killer and victim.
So, the killer might not have been holding the revolver correctly when he fired. Is that what you mean?
The thought had occurred to me, yes.
Drama!
I feel like I should have like a zoom in just on my face. I should have one to have that sound effect too, so I can just have one for me. That'd be fun.
Well, does the witness have anything to say about this? Detective Crescend! What I want us to ask is what Mr. Sleaze rolled up ready for action has to say. Hey you, attorney.
Me?
Exactly which piece of your evidence is decisive again? You got a little noise on a tape that could be anything. And you have an alleged guitar cue missed due to a .45 caliber kickback. I weep for this case, Gavin. I really do. You can line up your little weak pieces of evidence all you want. I didn't shoot that manager. And that's the obvious truth. The witness has a point. The defense's arguments, while persuasive, are not decisive. I believe we should hear what the witness has to say in response to the case so far. Your testimony, please, Detective Crescend. Tell us your reasons why you couldn't have done it.
Proof of innocence. Come on. Why would I even want to kill that manager? Hey, Mikolo, how's it going, man? Welcome in, welcome in. Good to see you, buddy. Howdy, howdy. Thanks for using the little Dom hat there. Hell yeah, dude. Come on. Why would I even want to kill that manager? You want a reason? Easy. I got no motive, man. This was that diva's first trip to this country, right? How could I possibly know her manager? If I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him? I mean, he's part of Interpol, right? I mean, I don't know. There's more to him than just him being the manager, though. I think he's really, like, hammering on the manager part to make us forget about the part that he's actually an undercover Interpol agent. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, one sec. Something on my hoodie. A simple reason indeed. Prosecutor Gavin, is it the case that Mr. Latouche had not been to our country before? According to our records, yes. Not even once. I see. Very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination.
Great, now I need to find a motive.
I mean, it's got to come down to the whole, like, cocoon smuggling. Okay, so there's a couple things I didn't touch on in my recap, and I'll just touch on them right now, because I'm thinking about them. So, in the background of this case, we've had the judge has been going to the hospital in order to see the Chief Justice's son, who is ill. We come to find out that he's ill with an incurable disease. An incurable disease called incuritis. And it turns out, for those of you who didn't hear earlier, that incuritis has only one known cure in the world, and that comes from Borginia. Borginia is the country that La Mirror comes from in Machito Valle, and the manager, the victim. They all come from that country. So the victim was an Interpol agent who was most likely looking into the smuggling of these cocoons, because they're not allowed out of the country. It's kind of weird because it's like the only cure, but they're not allowed out of the country. I don't know. It's kind of weird. They don't really touch on how weird that is. But anyways, that's the situation. So we have a character, the Chief Justice's son, who is ill with this incurable disease. We have a cure, and we have some people from the country, you know, that have the cure, and for some reason, we had like a replica of the cocoon too. I can't remember where that came from, but that is also kicking around too. So there's something in the background there, I think, and I'm assuming that's going to somehow connect with this whole smuggling thing, maybe, and maybe that's how Darian's attached, is because this kid is sick, and maybe he has some sort of closer connection we haven't been made, aware of yet. I don't know. Just some thoughts floating around. Just thought I'd mention the kid with the uncurable disease and how it actually could be cured and how that connects to the case. Just thought I'd throw that out there. All right, here we go. Proof of innocence. Come on, why would I even want to kill that manager? Hold it! Her manager, sure, but Mr. Latouche was... Oh, right, sorry, an Interpol agent, wasn't he? I just have trouble picturing that big lunk as an undercover cop, you dig? And not a very good one, seeing as how he got wasted. Because I did it. Oh, I mean, no.
That's cold, dog. DAWG.
Not that it matters, either way. See, I had no reason to kill the man, whatever he was. You want a reason? Easy. I got no motive, man. Hold it! But that's the same for Machi. No motive was proven for him. Come on. He traveled around the world with that old fart. He had plenty of time to come up with a motive of his own. More than I sure did. I mean, think about it. This was that diva's first trip to this country, right? Hold it! Darian, you're a detective with international affairs? Yeah, see, that I forgot about that. Yeah,
really kind of does something for that. International affairs, Virginia, smuggling ring, you know what I'm saying? It's funny, like, to look back on, just before the Apollo Justice series, I played the Edgeworth, the Detective, the series or whatever. And it really introduces you very heavily to smuggling rings and Virginia and Cadopia. So it's kind of interesting to see that is also present here in Apollo Justice. Yeah, what of it? Even if this was Mr. Latusse's first trip to this country, you still could have met him prior to the concert. Huh? Or don't you take any international trips and international affairs? That's right. Well, Detective Crescend. That's your game, is it? Guess I'd better confess then. Confess? Whoa! Yeah, it's a bit of an embarrassment, but I've never been sent overseas. What? But you're an international? See, me and the planes got a difference of opinion. We don't like each other much. My condolences, Air Forehead, but he's telling the truth. Hey, first time chatter, welcome in. I'm gonna try to read your name here. I'm really bad with all lowercase. Nephrite and Togepi fan? Nephrite and Togepi fan. Is Nephrite how you say that one? I'm assuming that's another Pokemon that I've actually never heard of, but I do like Pokemon. Welcome in. I like the emote. Always glad to see another name in the chat, so you're welcome to be here. I hope you're an Ace Attorney fan. I assume you are. And sorry for the emote only chat. I don't do it for every game I play. I just do it for the Ace Attorney series because a few people have come in and not intentionally, but they have spoiled stuff for me. So it's just like a just to make sure that doesn't happen. It's not a Pokemon. Oh, it's not? Okay. Thank you, Ty. Ty is more of a Pokemon expert than I am, that's for sure. Appreciate you, dude. But yeah, welcome in. And let me know what you'd like to be called. Just Nephrite, I guess? Am I saying that right? Give me like a thumbs up or something, I guess. To let me know, because I know it's emote only mode. Alright, let's continue. He's never set foot outside the country. I can guarantee it. As it turns out, my division has plenty of work to do, locally as well. Hey, there you go. I'll take that as a yes.
That's so unfamiliar.
How could I possibly know her manager? Hold it! Dude, I'm actually on it with the voice ones today. I mean, there's a few times I've had to do it a few times in a row, but hey, there you go, Mikolo. Hell yeah. So you didn't fraternize with him at all during the concert? I never say that word, fraternize. Fraternize? I don't think we'd exchanged a single word. As if anyone would want to talk to that old Eastern blockhead. Now the ladies, that's a different matter altogether. So you see, if I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him? Hold it! Hold it! Right after I said I've been doing good. You sure about that? What? What? Wipe that look off your face before I do it for you. Listen, you try throwing out one of your wild accusations. I'll throw it back at you so hard you'll forget who you're accusing of what. Air Forehead, perhaps it's best if you let your evidence do the talking, yeah? Man, what evidence? That's what I want to know.
So he's using this motive question as ammunition, huh? Well, I've got ammunition too. Evidence.
I do? Okay, what is my evidence though? Okay, so why would I even want to kill that manager? You want a reason? Easy. I got no motive, man. This is the Diva's first trip to this country. I gotta possibly know her manager. If I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him? Okay, let's look at my evidence. I feel like it has to do with the cocoon somehow. Replica of the cocoon from which a remedy for incubitis may be extracted. I don't know if I'm like jumping to conclusions there, if there's like maybe some step before that, but I think that's somehow going to come into play.
We go about the Chief Justice's son, who was inflicted with incuritis. Let's check this out a little bit. Oh, could I not actually read it? Incuritis syndrome, first case in country. Incuritis syndrome, first case in country. It is the first case in the country. That's interesting. That might be something to remember, you know? This is the Virginian paper. I can't read any of it. I don't think that's going to say much. Article about the case. It doesn't mention the lyrics. Let's see. Looking for motive. The only motive I can think of is the incuritis thing, so I guess maybe I'll go with that. If I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him? But the thing is like, this isn't really linked to that at all. Maybe the replica would do something there, I guess. Oh, I don't know. It's not that he's got like, hold on, I can't use my bracelet, can I? No. Okay, so I think it is something I gotta present. We're gonna have to try it out, I think. It's gonna have to see what happens. Let's try the replica. Let's see if this works. Objection! Your Honor, take a look at this. What's that? Looks like candy. It's not. Don't lick it, please. Detective Present. Ever seen this? Looks like a piece of candy. It's like, God damn it. Everybody, stop. What it is evidence. Don't lick it before you try it. Wait, what? Did I read that wrong? Specifically, this is a replica of a cocoon. Oh, that's a funny emote. Guilty. It was found among the victim's belongings. A cocoon? Never seen one that color. It is a variety only found in the Republic of Virginia. Nowhere else. All right, but what is this cocoon replica doing in my courtroom? Surely this has nothing to do with the motive for killing Mr. Latouche. Does it? It does. Oh, wait, I mean, I think it does. You don't sound so confident, man. A cocoon. Is it one of those silky cocoons? The kind that you make, silk out of? Not this one. This cocoon makes a powerful curative. A curative? For what? Apparently is the most efficacious at treating a disease thought incurable. It is the only medicine of its kind. However, it is illegal to take one of these healing cocoons out of Virginia. Whatever for? If it is such a miracle cure, why not share it with the world?
Yeah, that's what I've been wondering.
We looked into the matter at some length. Apparently, it isn't difficult at all to manufacture the remedy from the cocoon. Yet if you change the process only slightly, you can easily make a large quantity of something else entirely. A deadly poison, in fact. Oh, wow. Okay, so now all of a sudden it's a weapon? Shit. What? There was an incident several years ago where some of these got out onto the black market. Caused quite the commotion in the global community. Though the media was kept largely unaware. Intriguing. I should watch a YouTube video about that. All this has led to a strict ban on the cocoon's export. One rigidly enforced by Interpol, among others. Interpol? I think I heard Interpol. I've heard of that. Right! The victim, Romain Latouche, was an Interpol agent. Oh, that's where I heard that. Detective Crescend, you insist on referring to him as a manager, but that is misleading. Romain Latouche wasn't killed as a manager. He was killed as an undercover agent. Yeah. So I was trying to smuggle this gumball into the country? Is that what you're trying to say? I'm saying that could well be a motive for murder. Oh, so I was going to sell it on the black market, make myself a pretty penny. Ridiculous. I mean, totally unthinkable. Unthinkable, you say? Why? Perhaps it is time for another testimony. I'm feeling testimonies tonight about this smuggling of cocoons business.
Cocoon smuggling?
International Affairs got a memo about these cocoons. Interpol's all hot and bothered about them. Can't sell them on the black market. Too dangerous. Yeah, cocoon smuggling ain't exactly lucrative anymore. I would know. I don't have any idea. Man, I'm in international affairs. I know the deal. Oh, he does say I would know. That's funny. I was trying to ad-lib that. Indeed. Interpol wanted these cocoons bad enough to send Mr. Latouche undercover. Well played. Nice. You kids think up the craziest things. But no way am I going to risk life and limb just to get my hands on some dirty cocoon money. Not the most noble of statements, but duly noted. According to reports, these cocoons... According to reports, these cocoons top Interpol's list. Don't know why that's true yet. Selling them on the underground organization would be risky. Very well. You may begin the cross-examination.
This is the only motive I've got. He was up to something, and I'm going to find out what.
Cocoon smuggling.
International Affairs got a memo about these cocoons. Hold it! A memo? Hold it!
No way! What's that? That memo! That's how you knew about the cocoons!
Oh, nice one, nice one. I'm running scared now.
You had to know about the cocoons to plan this.
Just how well known are these cocoons? I've never heard of them. I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I've never heard of them.
I just let the game go, Dom. You don't have to add anything. It's got it in there.
Well, Lamir War knew about them, though not their use. My reports indicated that there are ongoing efforts to control information about the cocoons. Most people only know they're illegal to export, that's all.
Then, I've nothing to be embarrassed about at all. You could say people like me who know about them are a minority, yeah. But that includes everyone in international affairs, man. And everyone in Interpol, too, for that matter. Yeah. Interpol's all hot and bothered about them. Hold it!
So there are other Interpol agents like Mr. Latouche?
So this is a whole agency, is what you're saying?
All over the world, likely. Deep undercover, most of them. That's why these cocoons are too hot for the black market. You don't want Interpol sniffing through your wares. Most came to the conclusion that can't sell them on the black market. Too dangerous. Hold it!
Too dangerous? Dangerous?
Yeah. Interpol finds you, they arrest you on the spot. Or another marketer might think you're part of a sting and make you out himself. Or take you out himself, as I said. Times have changed. Yeah, cocoon smuggling ain't exactly lucrative anymore. Hold it!
But wouldn't scarcity drive up prices?
Yeah, and attention. Every gangster and his brother would want a piece of that action. They'd turn your forehead into Swiss cheese before you could say objection.
Maybe we could get them to cut his hair, too. He was on trial here again?
Man, you so obviously know nothing about the market. You've never sold drugs before, have you, kid?
Jeez, that's a good. You got a lot of good emotes.
And that's a bad thing?
Don't even try to mess with me about this stuff. Man, I'm at international affairs. I know the deal. Hold it.
Which is why you'd know how to find a loophole in the system.
Hey, you can say what you want about me, but back off of international affairs.
But back off of it. Okay, I guess that makes sense. It just seems a weird wording for me.
There ain't no loopholes, okay? What do you think we are, Boy Scouts?
That wasn't what I was trying to do. Down, Darian. It's as you say. There are no loopholes, at least in the case of these cocoons. International Affairs, Interpol, and Virginian Customs are all watching. See? We know what we're doing. Not like some yipping little doggies that lap up every word that Diva says. Why I oughta? Why I oughta? Oughta what? You want some of this? Huh? Chill, both of you. Let's do this cool, yeah? Bringing out the hammer.
Ah, screw cool. I want this guy's head on a stick. The replica has to be the key to his motive. There's got to be a way to find out what he was up to.
There's got to be a way to find out what he's up to. Okay, so shall we look at the evidence once again? Because we can't use our bracelet yet. Affairs got memo about these cocoons. It must be this, the Chief Justice's son somehow? I don't know. Let me look at what he said. International Affairs got a memo. People's all hot and bothered about him. Some of the black market's dangerous. Yeah, cocoon smuggling isn't exactly lucrative anymore. I know the deal. Should I try presenting it here? Dude, I don't know. I'm feeling less and less confident about what I'm presenting. Let's try, dude. Sometimes you just have to give it a shot and see what happens. Objection! 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 Come on. Objection! Oh, the music's still playing. Your Honor, what do you think about the witness's statement? Oh no, the most generic one. I'm not sure I follow you. You're sounding pretty stupid right now. It clearly contradicts. I thought. You don't sound very sure, Mr. Justice. Objection overruled. No! That's why we save. I know the deal. You know the deal, huh? The real deal, Holyfield. I don't really know that we have much. Know the deal. He's talking about. Oh, they're all hot and bothered by it. It could be that I just pushed it on the wrong statement. I do that all the time. Sometimes I pick the right evidence, but just the wrong statement. And that is when we look for a hint, my friends. Bum, bum, bum. God damn it. I did it again. I told you that's what happened. I picked the right evidence and the wrong statement. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think this is one of them that said I could push it on. Yeah, cocoon smuggling ain't exactly lucrative anymore. So I guess that's when I would present it, because I'm saying, well, it doesn't have to be lucrative in that sense, right? So let's do it. All right, and objection! Objection! Why not choose a less dangerous way then? I would. How clueless are you? Everyone in the market's dangerous. The second they found out I was a cop, I could kiss my keister goodbye. Why sell it to the black market? Why sell to a black market buyer? How about someone like this? That article, that's about the Chief Justice's. A deadly poison can be extracted from the cocoon. But so can a cure. And not a cure for just any disease. A cure for incuritis. Incuritis? I've heard of that somewhere.
You went to visit a victim of the disease this morning.
Aha! Why, that's the disease of the Chief Justice's son has. You weren't saying. our witness is a detective. He would have contact with the Chief Justice. You are saying the Chief Justice would never deal in contraband? Not even to save his own son's life? But even if the deal went through, why it be an international scandal? That's Detective Christen's insurance. If word ever got out, the one that would be on the chopping block would be the Chief Justice. Detective Christen, is this true? First I'm a murderer, now I'm a smuggler. How many crimes are you trying to pin on me anyway? Distasteful as it is to think about, if the Chief Justice were the buyer, why, a seller couldn't hope for a better deal. A very cowardly seller. Don't let sleeves over there trick you. So I made a deal with the Chief Justice. Where's your proof? Ah, damn it. Well, oh yeah, and you're forgetting one other important thing. Do tell. Interpol isn't the only ones out there watching this. Virginian Customs barely sleeps. They're so worried about cocoons getting out. So we were informed. Let's continue with the cross-examination. Okay. Virginian Customs is very thorough. Everything and everyone gets checked. Hold it! Hold it! Just how strict is this customs check? Way strict. They keep planes on the ground for hours. I do recall it being a bit extreme. They were even confiscating gumdrops and marshmallows. Yes, it would be hard to distinguish them.
That's right. Gavin was in Virginia, wasn't he?
I remember setting off the metal detectors several times. I had to practically strip naked to walk through. I have so much hard steel on my body.
There's a travel chip for you, Gavin. Leave the bling at home, you glamorous fop.
Damn, dog. I can tell, man. Cocoon possession will get you arrested on the spot and sentenced to death. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. That's pretty extreme. Virginia has this rap as an idyllic laid-back place. Truth is, they're beyond hardcore with security. The Republic of Virginia is a peaceful, pleasant country. So this level of security shows us how truly concerned they are about these cocoons. That's the situation. Hey man, if there's a way to get the cocoons out of there, I'd sure like to know. Hold it! You would? That sounds like you might be smuggling them. Hold it! You're in a position to know quite a bit about smuggling. Yeah, I need to know a bit for work, sure. But all we get are reports on the failed smuggling ops. Throwing a yellow card on him, huh? Not exactly something you want to go copying. But if you want, I can tell you a few of them. Maybe you'll succeed and get rich. I would be interested in hearing, purely from a legal perspective, of course.
I weep for our judicial system. The replica has to be the key to his motive. There's got to be a way to find out what he was up to.
Okay, International Affairs got a memo. We had a few new ones here. Customs is very thorough. Cocoon possession will get you arrested on the spot and sentenced to death. Hey man, if there's a way to get cocoons out of here, I'd sure like to know. Maybe the sentence to death one? Let's take a look at the evidence. Sentence to death. I wonder if it's ever going to be this picture again, because you put his number there, but I don't know that that's ever really going to matter. So we got the replica.
possession will get you arrested on the spot and then sentenced to death. I mean, this guy died. The investigation request. The lyrics aren't a part of this anymore. Are they a revolver? Nah. Bam, dude. I don't know. I'm not sure. Fuck. Let's take a look here. Might have to look at a hint just to keep us going. Virginia Customs is very thorough. Everything and everyone gets checked, and everything and every. Would there be anybody who's an exception? Let's see here. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I had to get the clue on that one, dude. I would not have guessed that. Okay, let me see here. Let's see if we can look at a description here. Maybe I just needed to read again. Yeah, I guess this is the clue. A gift from Lamieror sent from Borginia. So when he's saying, you know, if there's a way to get him out of the country, let me know. I guess this got out of the country, but it's not a cocoon, so I don't know how I was supposed to come to that conclusion. But that's this game for you. All right, here we go. Objection! Objection! Actually, there is one way. What? One way to get something out of the country. No checks. What is it? You become a prosecutor. A prosecutor? How would I have thought of that? So he didn't get any checks because he's a prosecutor? When did I know that? Was that something mentioned like very casually, like way earlier? I mean, we've been playing this fucking case for weeks now, so maybe. I don't believe it. Believe it, Prosecutor Gavin. What was it you told me yesterday at your office? Is this what this would have been like 4 weeks ago?
It was a beautiful instrument. It was played lovingly for many years. A guitar befitting a woman like Lamieror. How did it end up here? I mentioned how much I enjoyed playing it that night, and she made it a present. So this guitar is from Virginia? That it is. We couldn't carry it on the plane. Changes in the air pressure and humidity ruined the wood. So we vacuum packed it in Lamieror's studio. I used a special shipping service available to me for transporting evidence.
I totally forgot about all this, dude.
They brought it right up to my office for me. Pristine and untouched.
Seems like something they would still check because of the cocoon smuggling, to be honest. Did I get that right, Prosecutor Gavin? Untouched? Quite. The guitar was wrapped in several sheets of vacuum packed in Virginia. The pack was untouched until the day of the concert. Are you saying the guitar was... With cocoons this small, it would have been easy to use a guitar as a mule to smuggle a cocoon out of Virginia. What? Which reminds me, Prosecutor Gavin, that guitar had some work done on it recently, right? Work? Good memory, Forehead.
Well, you know how guitars have a round hole in the front? It is called the sound hole. Well, they found something attached to the wood just inside the hole. A broken device of some sort.
A broken device?
Yes, this, in fact.
So is that like trying to burn the evidence, I guess? I wonder if it was all meant to... Papa Snake, get out of here. Got him, stay alert. I wonder if that was like
some sort of device that was gonna help them like get rid of the evidence if they ever had to. They're like, oh shit, they're onto us. Click the thing and then it'll burn all the cocoons or something. I don't know. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Gotta go flames. Flames in the present. I get what you're saying. Hell yeah. That's fun. An igniter. Exactly. Consider this, if you will. What if that igniter wasn't the only thing that was attached inside your guitar? You mean? He means this, of course. Oh! There was a way to get a cocoon out of the country. They could use Picky Prosecutor Gavin's privileged guitar as a mule. The bees got me for a second. And who better to do that than someone like a member of the band? York! That was a weird sound. Order, order, order. Can I have some of this? There we go.
Order! Very rude from members. Order!
Very rude from members. Order! Order. So the igniter. I finally did it, Ty. I finally did it. I finally grabbed a clip of it. I was like, that's why I was like, I know I put a button here for that. I need to make it just say order. Hell yeah, dude. Oh, we also got this.
Go to the coast, we get together, have a few laughs.
I like how that one transitions out. And the click of the lighter is like the exact same sound effect they use for the Switch, dude. The click. It sounds exactly like that. Was there any other new ones? Yeah, it was. Oh yeah, we also have boom, boom, boom.
I say boom, 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 then everybody say whoa.
We also have that one. So the igniter was placed in there for a clear reason, it seems. It was a safety precaution. A precaution? Ah, air forehead. At last, it all comes together. Every strange thing that happened that day. Care to review? Maestro, the gentle sounds of... Oh, shit, what was that? First, my keys were stolen, a harmless misdemeanor. Which forced me to break the lock on my guitar case. The key was stolen to retrieve the cocoon from the guitar. I see. But things didn't go so well. The smuggler wasn't counting on the guitar being wrapped. Only a member of the band could get near that case. Unwrapping the guitar would raise too many suspicions. Then the concert began. Right about this time, a very large problem presented itself to the smuggler. What's that? Mr. Latouche. Ah. Mr. Latouche, an undercover agent, was on to something. He would have known about the guitar. He'd only have to check the shipping records. So, Mr. Latouche tried to examine the guitar himself. If the cocoon were confiscated then, the gig would be up. The only thing left for the smuggler to do was to get rid of the whole lot. It's over. Press the switch now. The guitar burst into flames, and the cocoon was lost. And then, Mr. Latouche died, with La Miroir there to witness it. There's your case. Brilliant, man. Detective Crescend.
I gotta know. You make all that up on the fly. For a made-up story, it makes a great deal of sense, Darian. Pfft, the Republic of Virginia? Sorry, man, but I haven't even been there. True, you haven't. Ha! Let's see you make up a story for that, kid. How'd I hide a cocoon in the first place, huh? It's not so hard to imagine. You had help, a Borginian accomplice. That's all. Nah. That you had an accomplice was clear from the start. The voice Lamiror heard proves it. It's over. Press the switch now. You made this transmission from backstage, while your co-conspirator was on stage. But who was it?
This is it. The coup de grace. And for once, I know what I'm doing. There's only one person who could have helped him.
Machi? But that's our defendant, but I guess we're just defending him from murder. Let's hear what Mr. Justice has to say then. But be warned. With a great accusation comes great responsibility, just like Spider-Man, remember? You remember that? I remember Spider-Man. Make up your answer on the fly, as it were, and you'll be harshly penalized. Are you ready, Mr. Justice? Who was the smuggler's accomplice? Alright, this is where I'll say it. The smuggler's accomplice. I feel like out of all the people here, it would have to be my own client. Wouldn't have been Val and Grammar. It would have to be somebody from Borginia. And the only Borginian person that I feel like it would be our client. You know what I'm saying? Might have to go with that. We saved, so it's right. Take that! There's only one person who meets all the requirements of an accomplice, and that person is the defendant, Machi Tobaye. But Mr. Justice, he is your client. A defense attorney accusing his client, that's a new one. I assure you, no one is more happy about this than I. But I'm here to defend him in the murder of Mr. Latouche. And I stand by my statement earlier that he is innocent of that particular crime. Indeed, the defendant is Borginian. He does meet the basic requirements to be the accomplice. But what if it was, in fact, Lamiror? It couldn't have been. Well, you seem sure of yourself. The reason is electronic signals, Your Honor. Electronic signals? Recall that this remote only works to a range of 30 feet. Beyond that, it's useless. Yeah, because the piano was at the center of the 30 feet ring that would have hit everything. Yes, that's true. Now, think back to the testimony. When the shooter made this transmission, Lamiror was in the air vent.
Get together, have a few laughs.
Have a few laughs. Come to the coast.
Right above the dressing room where the shooter stood. Let's look at the stage diagram. This is the area that the remote could reach from the air vent.
Well, looking at this, it seems that Lamiror still could have done the deed.
No. When the shooter made that transmission, the stage was slightly different than shown here. It was in the middle of the guitar serenade. Part of the stage was raised. Prosecutor Gavin and the Lamiror stand-in were in the air. They were on a tower, which happens to be 15 feet tall. In other words, the remote couldn't have worked from Lamiror's position in the air vent.
Ah.
Well, Detective Crescend, what do you say to that?
Your Honor. Yes, Detective?
Could we see the video where Gavin's guitar burns? Just one more time. Well, I don't see why not.
What? Don't tell me he has a way out of this.
Pleasure, pleasure. But a fleeting melody.
Because it was like the flame started earlier, but he was up in the air when the flame started.
Too bad, so sad, punk.
Punk? First you were sleeves, and then kid, now punk. You're losing rank fast, Apollo.
What exactly were we supposed to see in this video? I'm confused. The problem isn't in what we see, correct, Darian? Right. It's what you hear. You're musicians, after all. Care to explain this for us non-musicians? Sure thing, punk. Let me get your yarn straight first. You're saying I ordered the Wii pianist to set off that igniter. That right? Yes? Well, in order to do that, we'd have to press a switch. He'd have to press a switch. Am I right? Okay. Well, take another listen. Pay attention to the piano. Piano?
This is the piano never stops playing, I guess what you're saying. You saying you couldn't press the switch really quick? I can barely hear the piano, I feel like.
That seems to be the problem there. What are we talking about? The piano sounded just fine to me. And that's the problem. Man, you still don't get it? Ah. Yeah. How's he supposed to hit the switch if he's playing? You've got Miss Diva, the guitar, the bass, the piano, and the drums. The only one with her hands free was the Diva.
Let me roar.
But according to you, she couldn't have been the accomplice, could she? Your accomplice would have had a hard time helping out if they couldn't even press the switch. Ah! Ah!
Oh, watch it again? Okay, cool.
Pleasure, pleasure.
The piano plays non-stop. He couldn't have pressed that switch.
Well, Mr. Justice, the piano does seem to be playing with the guitar when the guitar catches fire. Well, it's okay. We all make mistakes sometimes.
Apollo, were you wrong?
I can't be wrong. Everything makes perfect sense. How could it all just... Strange. What's strange? No, it's just something odd about the performance there. Odd? Mr. Justice, if Machito Barrier didn't press that switch, then he could not be the accomplice you claim he is. But everything points to it. Every fact says he's the accomplice. You got the facts wrong, man. Here's some facts for you. Gavin's guitar is on fire, but the pianist didn't press that switch. In other words, your story is full of holes. Mr. Justice, let's hear your final opinion on this matter now. Was the defendant Machito Barrier the accomplice? Your answer will reflect on everything you said here. Give it some thought.
Apollo, if Machi's not the accomplice, then our whole case is ruined.
I know that. It has to be him. He was the only one who could have helped the smuggler. He had to have pressed that switch.
Well, you'd better find a way to prove it.
What do I do? What do I do?
There has to be something that doesn't fit. Something odd.
Something odd. Wait a second.
What? You thought of something?
What was Gavin saying just now? Strange. What's strange? No, it's just something odd about the performance there. It's not much to go on, but it's all I've got. What exactly did he hear that was odd?
Have you come up with something, Mr. Justice? May I remind you that everything rests on this. Can you prove Machi Tobaye pressed that switch? Let's hear your final answer. Can you prove that Machi Tobaye pressed that switch?
I mean, I feel like I would have to say yes, right? Just give me yes or a no here, but we're gonna save it. I can prove it. I don't know how, but I can prove it. I'll figure it out as I go.
I don't know if you call this proof per se, but I can prove it was possible. Then, as prosecutor, it falls on me to ask you to show us evidence supporting this. Air Forehead, you're sure about this? Ha! Accept it! There's no evidence, man! Let's see your evidence, Mr. Justice. On what do you base your claim that the defendant pressed that switch?
Save it again. Okay, on what do I base my claim that the evidence... Okay, let's listen to the mixing board again. Nope. He hits off note right there. Right? The note was a little off. It's so hard to hear it when it's in the video. I have to use the mixer. So I feel like that's gonna be what I'm gonna try. Okay, we already saved, so let's try that.
Take that! Take that! The basis for my claim is music, Your Honor.
Music? What about music?
Let's listen to the piano part around the time when the switch was to be pressed. Right before the guitar burst into flame.
I hear the piano being played. Wait, okay, I was listening to the wrong part. I didn't realize it was that far into the song, but he did make a weird note, didn't he? Fuck. Maybe that wasn't it. I hear a piano being played.
But doesn't it sound kind of simple?
Oh, is that all we're trying to get at? Oh shit, dude, I stumbled into the right answer. Whoopsie! We got there.
But doesn't it sound kind of simple?
Simple?
I think I know what he's suggesting. You think Machi could have played that part with one hand?
One hand?
They only needed one hand to press that switch. He could play the piano with the other.
Ha! What, so you're some kind of piano savant?
Actually no.
Then what do you know? You can't play a part like that with one hand.
Maybe. I don't know what I'm talking about here.
Wait, I know. Hey, Trucy.
Yeah? You got something?
Mr. Wright, your father, he's a pianist.
Could he? Oh, Daddy? He couldn't play a part like that if he even had 3 hands.
So sorry, so sad for you.
No, not really.
Huh?
That was just the easy way to prove it. There's always the hard way.
Okay, what's going on?
Man, how are you going to prove whether he played it with one hand or two? You can't.
Maybe it's the part I heard, because he does kind of mess up a little bit.
I admit, it will be rather difficult to prove, but it's highly likely he was playing with one hand. How do you know that? The clue is what Prosecutor Gavin described as sounding odd. What sounded odd? I'll bet we can tell by listening to a certain part of the song. No way. Well, it seems we've come to the moment of truth at last. Let's hear what Mr. Justice has to say for himself. Show us the part that proves the defendant was playing with one hand, right before the guitar burst into flame.
Machi was definitely playing one-handed, just before the guitar caught fire. And one section of the song proves it.
I think it's the first section, right? Because that's the one I found. Yeah, there's a darn right. Just listen to the whole thing in this case. But it had to be around the time when it happened, right? It seems like he does it that way every time, though, so I don't know if that's supposed to sound like that, but it doesn't sound good to me. If we play one-handed. Okay, we're gonna present that. Let me save. Take that! Take that! That's the section. I'm afraid I don't hear it. What's your opinion what's your opinion as an artist, Prosecutor Gavin? It's a beautiful song, and the lyrics are outstanding. I'll take that to mean there isn't a problem with this section at all. But isn't that the part that he does the thing in, though? Shit.
Wait, so what was the odd thing that Gavin heard? The switch was pressed in the first half of the second verse, right? I know. I just need to find a place to compare to that.
Your Honor, if you'll give me one more chance, I think I can find it. I suppose we don't have a choice. Very well. You claim the defendant was playing with one hand when the switch was pressed. Show us the part that proves it.
So if it was the first part of the second, maybe like the end of the first will have something?
Machi was definitely playing one-handed just before the guitar caught fire. And one section of the song proves it.
Okay, it's just letting me go back into it. So we'll try the first section. There's only 4 sections, so I'll just keep going. I don't know, dude. Take that! Take that! Take that!
Take that!
Boom.
Prosecutor Gavin, I'm sure you've realized by now just what it was that sounded odd to you.
As I'm sure you've realized it yourself, Air Forehead.
Realized what?
I'll demonstrate. Let's listen to this part in particular, shall we? Pay particular attention to but a fleeting melody phrase. Oh, there was like a note he didn't play? Is that what I was supposed to grab? See, I'm all over the place. I thought he just kept playing wrong notes, but that just must have been right. I guess, my bad. Man, how many times do we have to listen to the same thing? You're right. Enough of that. Yeah. Let's listen to another section, shall we?
Another section?
The guitar burst into flame at the end of the second verse. Let's listen to the same spot in the first verse. Pay attention to "Oh, that night" to "In Your Embrace." There's a little high part there. Ding, ding, dong.
Ah, play verse 2 again?
Boom, 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 boom.
Right there, did you hear that?
They feel the same, true. But they were clearly very different.
What? Well put, Your Honor. The phrase in verse 2 is quite simple. But the same phrase in verse 1 has high and low notes. You'd have to use two hands to play that for sure.
Ah!
What's that prove? I would think you'd know that by now.
This is why I hate dealing with amateurs, man. So the two verses had different arrangements. Happens all the time.
Not this time, Darian. There's no point in changing an arrangement if you can't hear it clearly. And that wasn't the point. I had him play specifically so that the piano would stay in the background. Oh! That was what I noticed. Why should the same phrase sound slightly different? I asked myself. Now ask yourself why Machi changed how he played, and there's only one answer. He needed a free hand in order to press the switch.
No! My pompadour. Order!
Order! Very rude for members. Order!
Order! I believe this ties all the facts together. Well, Prosecutor Gavin?
Yes, quite. Though personally this comes as a terrible disappointment. What, no comeback? Can't believe it. I finally did it. I shut him up.
Very well. Barring an objection from the prosecution, I will now state the court's opinion on this matter. Good show, Sleeves. No, great show.
It's not over? I don't like it when he looks so happy.
You tell him, Gavin. Tell him what's so disappointing.
Personally, I'm terribly disappointed in you, F-Forehead.
Huh? Me?
Yes, don't get me wrong, your case is solid. The facts all check out, but even now, you have yet to show us a single piece of decisive evidence.
Yeah, but the facts! Anyone can see that it was him. All circumstantial. Unfortunately, anyone does not include the law. I'm afraid your case doesn't cut it. But... 1,000 facts might point towards the same conclusion. But without decisive evidence, it's not proof.
There's no decisive evidence that it's Machi, though. So... Are we gonna... Are we gonna say that?
That's the rule under our current legal system.
I don't believe it!
It does not seem as though the defense has any more evidence to present. Oh, I think if he did, we'd already would have seen it a long ways back. It is unfortunate, but at present, this court is unable to acknowledge your accusation.
What? What?
We're gonna need something crazy to happen.
The truth is staring us all right in the face. Why can't they see it? What's the point of a legal system that protects criminals?
Apollo, remember what Daddy said?
It won't be easy proving he did it. Especially not under the current court system.
So what do I do?
Like I said, good luck. And be aware that it will be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods. Every man has an igniter inside him. Find Darian Kisen's igniter and set it off.
I wonder what he meant by every man's igniter.
I think he just meant a weak spot, no? The kind of thing that a single spark could turn into a wildfire of emotion. I won't be able to press him further by conventional means. Got to find a weak spot on this guy. Something fatal.
So, can I get back to work now or what?
Hey, welcome in, Stella. Came here just for the end, seems like.
It may look like I got a lot of time on my hands, but I got no more time to play pretend with this dead-weight attorney.
Well, Mr. Justice, we've come this far without decisive evidence. This witness won't be coming back to the stand once we let him go.
Every man has his igniter.
Huh?
Didn't you say the better the guitar, the brighter it burns, Prosecutor Gavin? Ah, yes. Good guitars are kept dry, is why. Fucking Darian.
Yeah, he's been on the stand the entire stream.
That provides the best sound. Even a small spark could cause irreparable damage. Your plan has an igniter in it too, Detective. It was there from the very beginning.
What?
Fighting time, Justice. If you blow this one, he'll be out of your hands for good.
Go for it, Apollo.
What? And the igniter's supposed to come burn me up? That's almost poetic there, Mr. Attorney.
All the better. I'm rather fond of poetry. And I intend to hear this one through to the very end. Forehead. You are accusing this man, Darian Crescend, of 2 crimes. The murder of Mr. Latouche and the smuggling of a Borginian cocoon. This is your last chance to prove your case.
This trial has already run on for far too long. Mr. Justice, this will be my last warning. The moment this igniter of yours turns out to be a dud is the moment this cross-examination ends. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then let's have it. Show us the basis for these accusations against Darian Crescend.
Okay, this is really my last chance. The key that will take apart Darian Crescend's plan is...
Oh shit. Present evidence or call a witness. I guess it would be to call a witness and get Machi back on the stand? Because he was supposed to be the accomplice, right? And if we can get Machi to admit to it? Maybe? Yeah, you're right. I always like to call it a gum save in this game, because like gumshoe. Let's call a witness. I'm thinking Machi, that's my guess. Call a witness. Quiz?
Your igniter isn't a piece of evidence.
Huh? So what is?
It is true that I couldn't show decisive evidence, but perhaps what I needed is to prove my case was something else. You mean a witness? Proving his guilt is a tall order, but I've got just the person to do it.
All Gummy, my hero, hell yeah.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Who is this person who can prove Darian Crescend's guilt?
I can only imagine it being a Machi Tobaye. 14 years old. Just a little boy.
Take that! The one person who can prove who Darian Crescend's guilt is the defendant, Machi Tobaye.
Your client? Again?
Did I fuck up?
Machi Tobaye was an accomplice to the cocoon smuggling plot. Without him, Darian Crescend could not have gotten the cocoon. Furthermore, he can easily prove that the one who plotted the smuggle, that cocoon, is the real criminal in this case.
How so?
It would require just one of the very cocoons Mr. Latouche was looking for. With the cooperation of the Republic of Virginia, we could burn a cocoon. The burnt cocoon would leave a particular residue. A residue we would no doubt also find inside the burnt-out guitar.
Aha, very scientific of you.
So I could have also chosen the guitar as evidence? Is that also how that would have worked? I'm so confused.
Thus, if Machi Tobaye acknowledges his agreement with Darian Crescend concerning the attempted smuggling of a Borginian cocoon, the case is solved.
Darian's laughing again.
Your unrelenting passion is remarkable. You really want to get me, don't you? Too bad you'll never be able to.
Why not?
The little key tickler won't acknowledge anything. Especially not anything to do with cocoon smuggling. What's all this about? Is it gonna be because he's like, oh, because he doesn't speak English? Be like, well, hold on, dude, you missed out on something. Is this the one time either would have gotten you there? Yeah, I think so. I think it's one of those. Well, I mean, it's like, I would have had to pick the right thing either way, I guess. But yeah, either choice seemed to be like acceptable as long as I picked the right option. I'm assuming, just because it showed the guitar. What's all this about? Taking a cocoon out of the country means death. By Virginian law. Yeah, see? Oh, so he wouldn't confess because he wouldn't want the death sentence. If our pianist really was a smuggler, then testifying about it would be suicide. Believe me, he's not talking. But you're wrong, Detective Crescent. What? It's the other way around. If Machi doesn't admit to smuggling here, he's in deep trouble. Yeah, because then he gets, what, first-degree murder, right? In this game, man, yeah. Huh? How? Look, if Machi admits to smuggling here, then he'll be tried in our courts by our laws. You won't get extradited or whatever? You don't get the death penalty for smuggling in our country. Ah! The victim is then, in this case, was an undercover Interpol agent. I'm sure that news has already reached Virginia. And they'll likely broadcast our dealings in court today, including the part about the Virginian cocoon. Yeah, but... But if Machi doesn't admit to smuggling now, he'll eventually be picked up by the Virginian police. And it's not like he's in any danger in our court. We're not going to find him guilty of murder here. Not now. Yeah, but you can't do this. You can't accuse me. Maybe the law doesn't allow it. But who's going to think you're really innocent after hearing this trial? The same goes for Machi Tobaye. The cocoon smuggling, your entire plan. Machi Tobaye knows everything. There's only one way out of it for him. And that's to acknowledge his own crime. The crime of cocoon smuggling. The cocoon, is that what I said? The crime of cocoon smuggling. I was like trying to put crime and cocoon together. Cocoon! I always fuck up the big yells. Don't worry there. I'll get it. I'll get you out of the country. I'll set you up someplace. A hidden mansion. Real nice. You want a house made out of cookies? Or no, a house made out of pianos. Come on. Please! Don't talk! He's like attacking with his pompadour now? Oh shit, dude. Oh, hell yeah. I keep meaning to like make that something I can just pop up and make happen. Gavin doing a sick ass guitar. Darian, I consider that my last session with you. We rocked. I'm guessing we can't treat that outburst as a confession.
Uh-oh, he's laughing again.
There's a kind of sick desperation to it now, though. Well, have you been listening to today's trial?
Yes.
You will talk. You will tell this court everything. I didn't want it to turn out this way, but I'm not the kind of lawyer that can overlook a crime. Today's trial was all for your benefit, you know. I see no reason why you should hesitate now.
I knew. From beginning, I knew.
Machi.
Situation. I cannot explain, but money. I needed. Very much money.
Today's trial raises a delicate issue with our legal system. The only thing definite in a court of law is evidence. This is the golden rule. However, it has become apparent that not all things can be tried by this standard. Should another case of this sort surface, we may have to consider an alternative system by which to administer justice. Anyway, Mr. Machi Tobaye.
Yes?
I promise you will receive a fair trial by the laws of our country. And with regards to the current charges for the murder of Mr. Letouce, this court is prepared to announce a verdict.
Oh, wow.
I thank you. I only lie, but you see truth. You find truth.
That's our job. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Machi Tobaye.
Yeah, Machi has tiny eyes, too, compared to, like, everybody, I feel like. I mean, I guess this is not everybody's so anime-eyed as, like, some of the characters. But he seems to have teeny tiny ones.
Court is adjourned.
Looks way better with the glasses off, though. I guess he's supposed to be blind, though. That's why he wears the glasses. It was like a big PR thing that he was blind. Blind pianist kind of thing, you know? July 10th, 4:42 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2.
I wonder what'll happen to Machi.
Well, he did smuggle a cocoon out of Virginia. I guess there'll be another trial here. All's well that ends well.
Nice, I knew it was Phoenix.
Hell yeah.
Daddy! I owe you both my thanks.
Lamia Roar?
My, is something wrong?
I'm sorry, Machi was your partner on stage, your friend.
Yes, I thought of him as my own son. Even now I do, yet something got a hold of him. Something evil, I see that. And he must pay for what he has done. Is that not how it should be?
I'm still sorry.
Do not be sorry. You have given me courage. Courage? I am considering an eye operation.
It was my suggestion, actually.
You mean you'll be able to see again? It's funny. I have always been afraid of the light. Light seems so harsh, so unforgiving.
According to the doctor, Lamia Roar lost her sight due to some kind of accident.
An accident? As you know, I suffer from amnesia. I feared that if I could see, perhaps it would open my eyes to the truth I have been running from.
Yes, Phoenix! Hell yeah.
I was scared.
We do have the Better TTV Phoenix emote. It's the Phoenix coffee emote. I don't remember what the the code is for it, so.
You know what changed her mind? Hearing your defense in there today. She could feel your gaze, unwavering, always looking straight at the truth.
If the light returns to my eyes, I think I will take up painting.
Painting?
That's right. She was the landscape painter in sound, after all. I will paint the two of you, I promise. Woohoo! I can't wait, Lamia Roar.
I owe you my thanks too, Apollo. Thanks, Mr. Wright, but what for? You reminded me I need to hurry things along. On my secret mission, that is. Right, your secret mission.
Apollo, Trucy, I hope that we will meet again someday soon.
Yeah, what if we do? That'd be interesting. Lamia Roar being a recurring character. I'm not mad at that.
You bet, me too.
Bam, 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 bam. And so, like a ballad, the trial flowed on and on until it came to an end. Thanks to the trial, the Guitar Serenade was a huge hit. Prosecutor Gavin's even more dazzling to look at now. But there's something I want to say to that guy. Next time you write a ballad,
have them catch the killer at the end.
Nice. Hell yeah. Oh, I even got the hearts to come out. Nice.
A brand new episode has been added. Okay, so next time, the 10 out of 100. No. No. 10 out of 10. That one was a really good one. Yeah, 10 out of 10. I really enjoyed that case. That's probably one of my favorites. Next, we'll have Turnabout Succession. All right, let me see here. I think that's, let me check, but I think this is going to be the final case of this game, too. Yep, Turnabout Succession. It's going to be a long one. Oh, my God, just looking at the how many sections there are. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be a great one. It's all working up to this. I bet. I have no idea. I'm not obviously not looked into it. But I bet it's going to have to do with Phoenix's secret mission. I mean, obviously, they're not going to say that and leave that on the table. So it'll be really cool to see what Phoenix has been doing in the background this whole time, because he's barely been in it. He just comes in and says really cryptic stuff every once in a while. So here we go. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Holy shit, this is like the most people I've had join me in an Ace Attorney stream for a long time. So I really appreciate you guys being here. If there's anybody new who's just been chilling out lurking, feel free to follow. I love playing these games. I plan on playing through all of them eventually. So I'd love to have you for them. And here, let me pull it out of emote only mode real quick so we can say hello to anybody. One sec. I always forget where the thing is. There we go. No longer in emote only mode. So yeah, if there's anybody that wants to say hello that couldn't earlier, feel free to do so. I really appreciate you guys being here. Hey, Mikolo, thank you for being here, man. I really appreciate it. You can hear some of my other voices that I do. So you got probably a pretty good range today, didn't you? But yeah, so we'll be definitely continuing this at some point next week. I'm definitely still alive with my love for Ace Attorney, man. Just Ty giving a hug to Stella. Hell yeah. Ty gives a bear hug to Stella. Hell yeah, I love that. Absolutely. All right, guys. So for the rest of the week, we got tomorrow. I will be probably playing some more Hogwarts tomorrow. Or maybe Final Fantasy 14. We'll see. Probably Hogwarts, just because I want to finish that out. And it's been a lot of fun. So then we can move on to some other cool stuff. I do want to go to get to Deliver Us the Moon at some point. We did play Deliver Us Mars already, so we want to go back and play the prequel, or the first one. So we'll be doing that at some point in the future. Plus, who knows what? There's so many good games to play right now. We'll find something. But let's see if we got somebody to read. I love this song. Yeah, I was liking what I was hearing. Hell yeah, man. I appreciate that. It's always a lot of fun. And these are some of my favorite streams to do just because I like performing the voices and stuff. It makes it fun for me, and I hope it makes it also fun for you guys. God, my camera, I gotta do something. My camera's so jerky. Thanks for streaming tonight, Dom. Glad I was able to catch some. Yeah, I'm glad you were too. Absolutely. Glad you got to see the end of it. Yeah, there's the Photoshop for it. Nice. I need to fix the wig so I can be Apollo again. We still got a whole nother Apollo game, so I gotta whip out that cosplay sometimes too. It can't just be easy Phoenix Daddy. Alright, let's get a raid going, shall we? But yeah, thanks again everybody for being here. It's so great to see so many people here. It's a freaking party. Boom, boom, boom. Do I have that here? Boom, boom, boom.
I say boom, 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 then everybody say way-ho.
Everybody say way-ho. Good night, friendos. Hell yeah, good night, man. Yeah, good night to everybody who's leaving, but if anybody can stick around for the raid, I'd appreciate you guys. Show some support with me. Let's see who we got on here. Oh, we got even a swarm more here. Got a lot of friends on. We got Spoons and Just Chatting. La Richard's on and playing Dead by Daylight. We got Toasty Bear playing Cow the Kangaroo. Should be playing that for a little bit. Burnsy's on playing some Resident Evil 5. Mr. Flexalot's playing Atomic Heart. Nice. Papa was playing that on Tuesday. Tara the Majin's playing some Hogwarts Legacy. Why don't we jump in there? We haven't seen Tara in a while. Tara's another Ace Attorney fan. A lot of times I can't raid him because he's playing games I haven't played yet in the Ace Attorney series. So let's go and raid it with Hogwarts. I'm pretty far in that, so hopefully it won't be spoilers for me. But just so if any of you guys don't want to be in Hogwarts or don't want to get spoiled, I understand. But how about we go hang out with Tara for tonight? That'll be fun. Tara the Majin. This one dropping by, man. Hey, hell yeah, man. And I'll try to have those new lines to you this weekend. I should have some time, so if I don't get to it, it's because I forgot, and just feel free to ping me. There's the raid message if anybody wants to use that.
Raid Terra the Majin. Let me make sure I spelled that right. I always worry about misspelling. Well, if it's case sensitive, I fucked that up. There we go. All right, starting the raid. Thank you to everybody for joining the raid and just for joining me in general tonight. Yeah, I look forward to hanging out with you guys tomorrow night for some more wizard action, spell casting action. But yeah, until then, you guys stay happy, stay healthy. I love you all. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow for some Hogwarts. Thanks when you can, man. Yeah, no problem, dude. Always excited to work on your projects, dude. All right, everybody, have a good night. We're going to go say hi to Terra. Bye-bye. Bye. Gotta jump into Terra's stream myself.